Hello viewers, welcome back to my channel. Hope you are all well. So without delaying some time, we are going to start our next video. The video should contain the part of statistics today. Okay. Statistics. You understand? Now today our topics of learning is statistics, as I have told you, and I have given you my previous video from probability chapter. That chapter contain the solution of RS Agrawal math book and the probability introduction of probability. You can check out from my playlist that is given in my YouTube channel. Now I will going to start statistics. This is our topic of learning today, statistics. So first we have to come that the introduction of statistics. Now in introduction, what we have to know? Data, about data. Now what is data? The word data means the information or the set of given fact in numerical figure. Next come to statistics. What is statistics? Actually those who have reading in class 9 right now, I hope that they will learn about statistics. Statistics actually it is from class 7, I think. Class 7 and class 8 the definition is given. Again I am giving the definition. Statistics definition is given in RS Agrawal math book. It is the science which deals with the collection, presentation, analysis and interpretation of numerical data. Statistics mean data, okay, and the plural form statistics, it is means data, and the singular form statistics is taken as a subject. Statistics is taken as a subject. So that is the difference between the singular form and plural form of statistics. So next move to some limitations of statistics. Statistics deal with group, does not study individual. Okay, statistics is not suited to the study of qualitative phenomena like honesty, poverty. Okay, next come to statistical law are not exact, they are true on average only. So these are the some limitation of statistics. Next come to types of data. Another fact is given here. The fact is fundamental characteristics of data. Characteristics I am not reading right now due to time lapse. It's should be more time taken. So next come to types of data. We are going to types of data. Types of data. First come primary data. Primary data. Okay. Now what is primary data? The data collected by investigator himself with definite plan in mind are known as primary data. Understand that? So we have read about primary data. Next come to next topic from types of data. Secondary data. Now what is secondary data? The data collected by someone other than the investigator. It is known as secondary data. Next, so first is primary data. Next is secondary data. Secondary data. Next come to third, raw data or ungrouped data. Next, group data. Group data. Next, array. Next, presentation of data. Next, frequency. So actually types of data are two types. First is primary, next is secondary. That definition I have given to you. Next come to another form, that is raw data, and this we have to know first. Frequency of an observation. Okay. So what is raw data? The data obtained in original form is raw data. Next, what is group data? I am telling you quickly. We may condense data into closer classes or groups, such as a presentation known as group data. Next come to array, the arrangement of raw numerical data in ascending or descending order, that is called the array. Next, presentation of data, putting the data in the form of tables in condensed form is known as presentation of data. Next come to frequency of an observation, the number of times an observation occurs, that is called the frequency. So these are the definition. So next come to the frequency distribution of ungrouped data. Now next come to frequency distribution of ungrouped data. So suppose one example is given to us. The example is we have given some data and of 30 children. Actually this we have done in class 8 data handling chapter, class 6 in data handling chapter. So I give one quick example for that. Then I will skip this topic. You are already familiar with this. Next, so 5 2 3 3 1 2 2 4 2 4 2 5 4 1 5 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3. So this data is given to us, that is in original form, it is given to us. So here we have to make an array of the above data and construct a frequency table. So what is array? Array is the, we have to make an array. Now array is the ascending or descending order of this data. Understand? So if we are putting this as array, my array becomes, first the lower terms 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. 1 is occur here 5 times. So 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Next, immediate preceding is 2. 1, 2, this is 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Next come to 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Next 4. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. 3 fours are there. So 4, 4, 4. Next 1, 2, 2 fives are there. 5, 5. So again we can, if we can count this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So my 20 data is arranged as an array. This is my array. So now we have to make the frequency distribution table. Hope you are able to see this, the frequency distribution table. So now we are moving to the frequency distribution table. Here in the frequency distribution table we have to take, to make this frequency distribution table as above. Number of children, tally marks, number of children, tally marks. Next, number of family, or frequency, whatever we say, frequency. Okay. Now, number of children 1. Actually, the question I am reading first to you that you can understand. The question is given here. The following data, the following data gives the number of children in 20 families. So we have to make that in a frequency distribution table. So here my number of children is 1. How many families have 1 children? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 families have 1 children. 5. So here you can write 5. Next 1, 2, 3, 4. Next number of children 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6. Next 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. Next 1, 2, 3. 4 occurs 3 times. So 3. Next 5. 5 occurs 2 times. So here we can write 2. Okay. Now if we add this, so this is my frequency distribution table. Okay. This is my record frequency distribution table, and if we add this, comes, total is 20, total frequency is 20. obviously again if we add this 20 comes. So this is the frequency distribution table, and this is the representation of distribution of ungrouped data. Understand that? So that's it for ungrouped data. There are various types of examples are given in the book. Next one quickly we have to move another topic, that is types of frequency distribution. Types of frequency distribution. Now what are the types of frequency distribution? First is exclusive form or continuous. So the first is exclusive or continuous form. Second is inclusive. Inclusive or discontinuous. Discontinuous form. Okay. So now let us take one example. What is continuous form? First, in a frequency distribution in which the upper limit of each class is excluded and lower limit included, that is called the exclusive form. And suppose the marks obtained by some students are given, we have to consider the in classes. Suppose marks is given, we have to consider that in classes. Suppose what marks are given, we have to consider that in classes. Suppose we have to consider the class 0 to 10. Okay, actually what is the class? The a class means we are dividing the total number of data, into different intervals. That is from 0 to 10, from 10 to 20, okay, from 20 to 30, from 30 to 40, from 40 to 50, just like that. Okay, so that is called a class. And here the difference between this is called the upper limit of the class, and this is the lower limit. Now the or upper class limit or lower class limit. And now if we subtract this from this, okay, we have get the class interval. The class interval should be, this is my, a class is contain, I am writing that it contain the upper class limit and lower class limit. The lower one is the lower class limit, upper one is the upper class limit, and the class interval is equal to upper class limit minus lower class limit, UCL minus LCL. Understand that? So now we was on the topic 0 to 10, next 10 to 20, 20 to 30, just like that it is going on. Okay, so in the class 0 to 10, with the class 0 to 10 we include 0. This is included and this is excluded. Suppose the marks of distribution should like that. That is suppose we are taking a 30 marks exam. Total marks is, full marks is 30. Total marks is equal to 30. Suppose we take total marks is 30. Then suppose in 30 we have 10 student. That 10 student has occurring the marks. First student is occurring the marks 5, next 6, next 15, next 25, next 11, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, next 28, next 18, next suppose 9, next 10, next 20. Suppose this marks is occur in an examination of full marks, total marks 30. This observation is occur. The students are 10 students are getting like this mark. So if we divide this, if we have to put this marks in class, so we are dividing it to 3 class, that is from 0 to 10, 10 to 20, and 20 to 30. Okay. Now if we have to put it in frequency F, okay, from 0 to 10, how many marks have got? 0 to 10. Suppose one have got 0 marks. This is 0 marks. Suppose one have got. Okay. So from 0 to 10 we can count 1, 2 and 3. This 10 should not included here. Okay, this should be excluded. Next come to next next interval 10 to 20. So here 10 should be included. Now 10 to 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. Next 20 to 30. Here also in this class 20 is not included. 20 is excluded. Next come to next class 20 to 30. So for 20 to 30, we have to put this 20 over here, that means 20 to 30, 1, 2, 3. So my total is 10. Okay, and if we make tally marks, actually tally marks should be in middle. Tally marks should be in middle and frequency distribution should be in right. Always. Don't do like that. For understanding, I will giving you the concept tally marks. But tally marks will be this 3, this is 4, this is again 3. Okay, so this is the frequency distribution table of inclusive form, exclusive form or continuous form. Next come to inclusive form. So what is inclusive form? Now to understanding the inclusive form, we have to first, so this is my table, required table. For this, for same frequency distribution, next come to, so this is my inclusive form, or sorry, exclusive form or continuous form. Next come to inclusive form or discontinuous form. It is continuous means we are taking 0 to 10, then it is started from 10 to 20, then started from 20 to 30. So that means it is called continuous. Understand that? So next come to inclusive form. So we are taking the similar example. This example. Okay. Here you have to write the class interval. So we have to take the similar example. So here the class should be divided class interval, the class interval should be taken from like that 0 to 10, first class interval 0 to 10, next you have to start 11 to 20, next 21 to 30. Okay, so here 0 to 10, after that from 11 it is starting, so this there was a discontinuity from, if it is started from 10, then that was a continuity. Now here it is starting from 11, so there is a discontinuity. Here also starting from 21, so there is a discontinuity. So it is called the discontinuous form or inclusive form. That's why it is called the inclusive form. Now, actually, so if we have to put this out in here, what was my table? This is my tally marks. Tally marks will be in middle. Tally marks, next frequency. So if we have to put this 0 to 10, now here 0 and 10 both should be included. So 0 and 10 means 1, 2, 3, 4. Tally marks is 4. Next 11 to 20, 20 should be included. 1, 2, 3, 4. That is 4. Okay. Next 21 to 30 means 28 and 25. 2. So total should be 10. Okay. Sorry, this is tally marks. So this is 4, 4, 2. So total should be 10, and this is. So this is my required frequency distribution table for exclusive form. For inclusive form. Okay. Hope you are able to see. Understand that? Now, here are some examples are given. Various examples are given. So now I already give you one example for this exclusive form. So here some again various examples is given in the book, and I suggest you viewers that you should go through the book for that better understanding the examples. Without wasting time, I will go to another topic. The topic is, next come to some definition. Next come to some definition. The first definition that comes, that is called variate or variable. Variate or variable. The definition I am reading it. Any character which is capable of taking several different value is called a variable. Now you already studied about the variable in algebraic expression chapter. Algebraic expression you have already studied. So that was called a variable. The literals x, y, z, okay, and alphabet, that is called the variable. Next come to class interval. Class interval, the preliminary idea I have given to you already. Class interval. So each group into which the raw data is considered. Each group in which the raw data is considered. Okay. Each group, the raw data is considering. From here also, the raw data is considering. So this group are called the class interval. Okay. Next, class boundary. Each class is bounded by two figure, that is called class limit. Each class is bounded by two figure, that is here 10 and 0. We have already discussed about that. Upper class limit, lower class limit. Next, class boundary or true upper and true lower limit. That is a very important thing. True upper and true lower limit. So for that we have to do rule. Class boundary class boundaries are true upper and true lower limit. True lower limit. True upper and true lower limit. So for rule 1, we have several rules. First come to rule 1. Next, rule 2. What is the rule 1? In the exclusive form, the upper and lower limit of class are respectively known as the true upper limit and true lower limit in exclusive form. Okay, in continuous form. Next, in inclusive form, the frequency distribution, the true lower limit of a class is obtained by subtracting 0.5 to the lower limit of the class, and the upper limit of the class should be obtained by adding 0.5. That's the main rule. Okay, so this is my upper limit, this is my lower limit. This is for discontinuous case. Now my true upper limit, if we have to find my true upper limit for this, true upper limit and true lower limit, we have to subtract 0.5 from here. So we are getting 0.5, subtract 0.5 from here, so we are getting minus 0.5 and add 0.5 here, we are getting 10.5. Next again here 10.5 and here 19.5, 20.5, and here also 20.5 to 30.5. Understand that? We have been, so this is my true for discontinuous case. This is my true upper limit and true lower limit. We have to do that. Okay. Next come to class size. The difference between the upper limit and lower limit. Difference between the upper limit and lower limit. That is the class size. Actually, the difference between the true upper limit and true lower limit, that is called the class size. That is here, if we consider the class size should be class size should be 10.5 minus 0.5. So here if we take the class size should be the true upper limit minus true lower limit, that is 20.5 minus 10.5, that is equal to 10. 30.5 minus 20.5, that is equal to 10. Okay, so that is my true or class size, whatever you say. Next move to class mark of a class. Class mark. Class mark. What is class mark? The class mark is upper limit plus lower limit by 2, or you can say the true upper limit or true lower limit by 2. Okay. That is my classwork. So here if we have to do the classwork of this, so what should be my classwork? We have to add this 10.5 plus 20.5, that's equals to 31 by 2, that means 15.5 is my class mark. 15.5 is my class mark for this class. Okay, so hope you are understanding. Next move to, we have one remark. The difference between any two successive class mark is gives the class size. That is we know already. Next move to the range. The difference between the maximum and the minimum value of variate is called a range. Difference between maximum and minimum value. Suppose we have given, now let us understand, suppose the range, what is the range? For understanding the range, we have to take one example, that is out of 50 marks, total marks out of 50 marks, 5 students has got these marks. That is, one has got 50 out of 50, another is 20, another is 10, another is 30, and another is 0 suppose. So here the lower data is 50 and lower data is 0 and higher data is 50. So my range should be 50 minus 0, that is 50. Okay, for this given data, the difference between this or this given value. So that's it, the preliminary idea of statistics. I have given that from R.S. Agarwal class 9 math book. It is already written in my board. Statistics, that is the preliminary idea. Now if you are think that it is good, then react to my video that it is good, or it is bad, then dislike it. Then you can say, then also you can say it. Now that's happen to yours, but it's my duty to aware you to about statistics. First introduction, this is the introduction of statistics from class 9 book. So this is from the introduction. In one next video I will come with solution of exercise 14A of R.S. Agarwal math book. Now till then, please do with us, please keep watching my channel, and stay home, stay safe. Thanks for watching, and please do subscribe my channel.